Today we'll be working on the Western Friend website project. We're migrating basically a community website from the Drupal CMS over to Wagtail CMS in Python and Django. Part of this migration process involves transferring the data or migrating the data between these content management systems. The way we've modeled the data in the Wagtail CMS is slightly different than the way we structured data in Drupal. So there's also some mapping involved. We've got a series of migration scripts here. That essentially parse data exported from Drupal in CSV format and insert it into the Wagtail database, the Django database. We're using the Django ORM. Today we're going to be working on this library item authors. On the Western Friend website, there are several categories of content, one of which is called the library. The library is a multimedia library that has many different items in several formats: audio, written, visual, video, and website. It's essentially a kind of a collection of Quaker-related multimedia that didn't make it into the magazine publication. So let's go ahead and start the focus timer. I'll try to keep this session relatively short. I will probably do one Pomodoro for the importers. Now I've recently restructured the data. So let's take a quick look at how the data is structured here. I'll open up the export file, one moment. Friend, library items, should do it. All right, I'll bring it over here onto the stream. All right, so the important bits are here. Essentially column C. Each library item has several sort of bits of metadata, bits of information. And I've previously written this importer, so today's change should be relatively small, but we've got title, who authored it, and audience, some description in markdown, markup, format, HTML format, genre, image, keywords, and media, as you can read from here. And the importer basically takes each of these fields and maps it to a database column where there are multi field or many-to-many relationships. It is separated by comma in this case. So we iterate over those, we loop over those, and make a relation. So here's an example of a field that has, this should be pluralized, it should be for clarity, author IDs. On the original website, what we did is we kind of were a little bit messy, and we split the authors into separate, they're called taxonomies in Drupal, so that the magazine authors and library authors would be in separate taxonomies and wouldn't kind of clutter the whole selection menu when you're adding a library item. A magazine editor didn't want to see magazine authors, and I think it was maybe the other way around when adding, I'm not sure what the rationale was, but we've reverted that decision now, or with the new website, where merging everybody into the same authors collection or table, basically. So I need to grok how I did this before. Looks like we had added a couple of columns to the export data. I just realized I'm looking at the wrong file. Since we're deprecating this library item authors taxonomy, this file is no longer relevant. It's a big branch name. So what we're actually going to do is just look at the library items importer. If I log in here, I go to the Wagtail admin. We can see our library here. Doesn't have any items in there. These facets are relating how we categorize the library items. And we have a faceted search interface. So I'm wondering if I should group these facets as a submenu of the library items. Consider that later. All right, so let's go ahead and quickly scan through the importer. It's a Drupal Django management command. Takes one argument, the file. Let's see, first thing, let me format this. Opens the file. Iterates over the items. Checks if it's been imported before. And it's going to either get the item or create a new one. Set the corresponding field. So this allows us to run the importer multiple times. Checks these importers. These facets. And the facets are singular values. Keywords are multiple. And I've got a wrapper function to handle that. Looks like this can be moved up. I don't really save until here. So wait, I don't have to hit the duplicate check, I think. Did black do that? What formatting like that? No, it's just wrap. So the editor width. All right. So I think I can commit this. Small change. All right. So one thing I'm curious is where previously I assigned the author. If I look at the library item, content type, there's tags, author, okay. I need to think about how this works. It's orderable. See if it has the add method. Okay, as long as the sort order is optional. I suppose I can just create these instances, library item author instances directly. So what I'll do is I'll create a mapping function. And the authors is a field here. I suppose I didn't need to pass that keywords in. Let's see, because if I really quick look here, I mean, it's just already part of them. Oh, I see. All right, the import library item is coming from the database, so it's in the it's in the memory. It's not mapped to an object yet or persisted in the database. So I do need to pass those two arguments. Here I'll indicate that it's plural. IDs. Oops. Just let me get this autocomplete here. Period. I don't know. How do you use that command? Wait. Where do you get this? Not using that. Wonder why I didn't use topics. Audience, genre, medium, time period, topic. So I'll have to come back to that. All right, so the author, objects. Let's see. Let me think here. So just do it like that. Huh. Yeah, it would be nice if it would give me some hints there. Yep, and I will need to. So just trying to use consistent naming conventions. Oh, give me that. Huh. No. Wagtail core models. I mean, this should throw an error. The author should exist in all cases. But once I run these importers in the correct order, I will have imported that. So if that's not able to do that, we've got another issue then. Ah, that'll at least give me a hint. And I don't know if I can chain this, but whatever. Let's just go with that. going to correct that in the export real quick. It's not empty string. Just set myself keystrokes and typos in this case. Really quick on this browser. Structure. Okay, so it's Drupal author IDs magazine. Actually, so I've got the kind of long, but it's right now it's to distinguish the two taxonomies and make it very clear what I'm referring to. Since they're going to continue to exist, I don't think we're going to remove them from the main website. So yeah, just a bit verbose, but it makes it very clear what I'm working with. And just going to run this export again. .3 minutes, and I'll just try to wrap up. Keep it nice and short. I'm going to run this importer, and if it doesn't work, then it's nonetheless a good stopping point to continue the troubleshooting. All right, so now here's how it works. There's going to be a few errors. I believe there's inconsistency in the Drupal authors, so that we should see some print statements if we don't get outright errors like the code doesn't work. Let's try. So what we have is a management command, and management commands are quite so high. They take the name of the file, and this is a big one. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. I believe I should be able to subset this. Try just 3. I'm not sure what type this is. CSV dictator reader returns what? Iterable. Wait. Read CSV. What was the method? Dang it. Just diction. List. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this will be an iterable. Right. It's just going to be a list. So it's not a, what's the thing? And it yields. Anyway. My brain. Slowly going crazy. I think we're good to go though. Let's try it out. And it needs a file. Import data and library items. All right, so there we go. First one failed. And then, yeah, I've got a syntax error in the code. let me fix that real quick. And then I'll take a break and figure out this author item. So yeah, I just can't, I have to be more safe with how I'm referring to the author. Makes sense. Okay. So essentially it just needs to, do that. Cool. All right, well, that's a good stopping point. I'll check the importer. Just let me check the data real quick. The problem is I'm not. So go to magazine. Actually, this is in our contacts. And it's hard to tell if it's. It's hard to walk away. Yeah, so I've done a big importer. All right, cool. I'll debug this later. Like I said, I'm going to take a break. We've got quite a lot of contacts imported. I'll just need to cross-reference the spreadsheet to make sure there is actually contact ID number 4, and then I can see if my code is incorrect or what's the problem here. In any case, the code is safer now. It won't act unless it finds that. So if I rerun it, maybe at least we'll get something. You're right. I think there's the problem. The pattern 5330 5017. Well, I need to split that. It's a string. There we go. At least that's now behaving more as expected. All right, so now we're at a new error. Good. I'm actually going to take this break now. Good stopping point. Okay. Well, this has been another live code hangout working on the Western Friend website. We're building a content importer to take a CSV file from Drupal and load it in via a Django management command, load it into memory, parse that file, and map it to the different data structures that are in the new Wagtail website. We will continue where we left off in a future session. Thanks for stopping by.